Hello everybody, this is Sebastian Furtado and welcome. Today, following the very delayed Shalimar saga, I bring to you the Ode à la Vanille, which is this one. Probably the name, it's easier to say right there. Don't know how easy it is, probably can see. This is the Eau de la Vanille sur la route de Madagascar. That's how the box. I'll try to hide my face right there. And these are the three millésime versions that have come out in the previous years, including the latest one, which is Millésime Iris. So Millésime Iris, and as you can see, there is a slight difference. You can see very well, but there is a difference in color of the liquid. Let me see if maybe there you can see a difference. The darker I find is the vanilla, even though this has been the color of this one, the Tonka, has changed slightly, because you can see this one has been worn a lot more than the vanilla, the Tonka. So where do I start? Since I will be doing some comparisons, I will not be spraying a whole lot on myself. Be a little bit here, a little bit there. So let's start with Eau de la Vanille. I have a subscriber, Brandy, I think. I can't remember. I'm sorry, forgetting the name of your channel. But I was asked about Eau de la Vanille recently, Eau de la Vanille, and here I am. And gonna try to put on a little bit here. Try a little spray. The Eau de la Vanille line, there were three: Eau de la Vanille, Madagascar, and Sur les routes de Mexique. So there was a Madagascar vanilla and the Mexican vanilla. If you didn't know, vanilla is originally from Mexico. It was born in Mexico, and if it's planted, if it's cultivated anywhere else in the world, they do it. They fertilize the flower, the vanilla flower, by hand. You know, it's not a natural mechanism, because there's a very good documentary on YouTube that talks about it. I'll try to link it. I love her documentaries. And yes, so vanilla is originally from Mexico, if you didn't know that. So this is the Eau de la Vanille. This is from 2010, actually. So this is aged a tiny little bit. The bergamot, I notice slight aging. And I do get a clear vanilla, if that makes sense. It's still the classic dark vanilla that we got in Shalimar, but it's a little bit more detectable in here, in this perfume, and it's slightly syrupy. It's actually delicious. It's a very mouth-watering vanilla, but it remains very much the classic Shalimar, which I didn't get the same feeling from the Millésime Vanille. Is that how I say? Millésime Vanille Planifolia. Yes. So this one, I've already made a video on this one, so I'll try to link the link for this video on the description below as well. It smells like Shalimar in the beginning, but then it suffers a lot of changes and it doesn't stay truthful Shalimar. But you can see, if you have curiosity to hear more about the Vanille Planifolia Millésime from 2 years ago, I'll link the link in the description below. And that's, I find, to be one of the major differences between the Eau de la Vanille line with the Millésime line, because the Eau de la Vanille did stay very much faithful to the classic Shalimar. You have that Shalimar from opening to the time it dies. You could tell you were wearing Shalimar, with a subtle change in the vanilla. And it's the same thing with the Madagascar. As you can tell, if you use this, the box opens beautifully, if you didn't know, and like that. And then it has details on top of the box as well. It's quite beautiful. I wish they would put this effort into today's presentations, because this is stunning. And it has here also in the back. As you can see, I've worn this one quite a bit too. This one hasn't aged as much as the original Eau de la Vanille, but yes, still in very good condition, all of them. So that's pretty much the major thing I get from the Eau de la Vanille line. It's just that different nuance of vanilla. I'm not going to compare these two right now, the Madagascar, and maybe I should. You know what? I will. Why not? Since I'm trying to wrap up the Shalimar saga that I've been delaying quite a bit. I put the Madagascar on the other hand. Yes, delicious. Really, really delicious actually. The bergamot on this one, it's more alive still. There's something slightly more animalic in this one, actually. And it's more boozy in a way, actually. But after the opening, I guess, it just goes back into being the classic Shalimar. They're both very much the classic Shalimar, with very minute, like very subtle changes to them. Yeah. Shalimar. Now, Millésime Iris. And as you can see, the stickers for the first year, it was, I'm gonna put this back here. Top. This is the Millésime Vanilla Planifolia. So that was the sticker. The second year, Vanille Tonka, was almost black. And Vanille Iris is blue. It's a navy blue. Yeah, they are different. Tonka is really, it's much darker than the Iris. Iris, you can tell, it's very hard to do the comparison here, to show you the differences, but when you have them both on hand, you can see the difference. So the Iris indeed is a dark shade of navy blue, and this leans more to the black. But you can also see the difference in the color of the perfume. The Iris is more golden, while the Tonka and the vanilla, it's more like to the amber side. God. Iris. Lots of iris. A lot of people have been saying that they've been getting a lot of gourmand notes. It's a very caramelly, so lots of caramel, very sweet. That was not the impression that I have. That's not the impression that I have from my perfume. I get a lot of iris. I love this. From all the three millésime versions, Iris is my favorite one. I love this version because to me it's more irisy, as we would expect, and less sweet. Yes, it's still sweet, still leans to the gourmand side, maybe because that's been selling well. That's what's making this line sell really well. I guess it's because it's less animalic, less leathery, less. A lot of people find Shalimar hard to wear, like difficult to wear. I love Shalimar, but so with this twist on it, making it less, which is stripping it from many characters that make Shalimar, and adding this sweet gourmand twist to it, maybe that's probably what's making it sell really well. And I do get a lot of iris in it, as opposed to a lot of people getting caramel. I do get the caramel too, but it's a buttery, like imagine, I don't get the salted caramel, but like imagine caramel homemade with a lot of butter. That's very buttery caramel. That's the kind of caramel that I like in here, not that super sweet, kind of sickening sweet caramel. This is like buttery and delicious, that addictive one that you have with hot desserts. Oh God, yes. Yes. It doesn't have, as opposed to Eau de la Vanille, which now they're both very similar, actually. Very much Shalimar. This line doesn't stay that faithful to Shalimar. The opening, yes. But it could, if you told me that this is, if you put like, I don't know if you call this perfume bubbly, bubbly iris with caramel. I would say it. Yeah, it's a bubbly iris with caramel. But it's actually the type of iris that I detect in this perfume. It goes more to the powdery side. It's not that flashy, thick, dark, heavy iris. It's not. That's probably why it doesn't last as long, at least on my skin or my husband's skin, because the iris we detect in this perfume, it's more of a makeup-y, powdery makeup, not lipstick type of iris. So it's that dusty kind of iris, and in counteraction with the heavier base of Shalimar, the iris doesn't last long because the darker notes, the heavier notes will come forth and pretty much push away the iris, as they do with the bergamot naturally, especially because bergamot doesn't really last that long. But this one right now, it still has that DNA connection to the classic Shalimar, with that caramel and iris on top. Yes, it is as sweet as the other two, indeed, but I do detect the iris, and for that reason, this is my favorite of all three so far. We haven't worn quite a bit. We got it this hasn't been officially launched in Canada yet. Apparently it's supposed to be officially launched this month, but last month Guerlain did a pre-release exclusive thing, and it wasn't for VIP clients. So they did it on their website for whoever has an account on their website, and because they started selling, oh my goodness, recently in Canada. It's been the last 5 months, I think, that they started selling online in Canada. And there's, or could be more, actually, I don't remember, but it's recently. And they had this as a pre-release exclusive, and we got a bottle, but we were away in Brazil, and since it arrived, we've worn a few times, but not that much, as you can see. So this is kind of a first impression video-ish, because I've worn this a couple times. But yeah, on my skin, it's not overly sweet. It has that hint of sweetness, that buttery caramel with iris, and it does have resemblances to these two. But I will have to actually come up and do a comparison video with the two, because I would like to do that, and I think you would probably appreciate that video as well. So I'll be doing it, and right now I still get a lot of the iris. So my thing is to wrap things up. If you like Shalimar, if you liked the previous, I do get a lot of people complaining that to a bunch of people it's very sweet. And I have a friend that received a sample from one of her friends, and apparently the perfume smells very different. So I don't, and it's the same batch. So I don't know. I can't. She will be sending me the sample that her friend sent her, so I can compare it to mine, because she was in awe when she smelled both. Because she also has the same impressions that I have. She also gets the iris quite a bit, predominantly on this perfume, like I do. But her friend said that he hated it because it was very, very sweet, very caramelly, and she said, like, I don't get it. Like, I don't get that at all. So he sent her a sample, and she said, wow, this is indeed very much different than mine, but it's the exact same batch. So I'm very curious, and she will be sending me a sample of his bottle, because he said that he's not keeping it. He's going to get rid of it because he didn't like it at all. And I've heard quite a few people saying that they didn't like it because it's very sweet. So apparently it's not a skin thing, because if the sample that he did send to her is indeed much sweeter, that she could attest to it, then maybe there is something wrong there. But I don't know. I cannot speculate on that yet because I haven't smelled it, but I'm very curious. And yes, I love it. And if you like Shalimar, if you like these two, I would say get a sample. Try it before. Try to get a decant from somebody that's selling. Try to get a sample. Do not blind buy. I never endorse blind buying, as you probably know by now, because it's tricky. It's very risky. So yes, I still get the iris. I love it. So thank you very much for watching, for your time, your attention. I really appreciate it. I hope you have a wonderful morning, afternoon, day, evening, night, wherever you are in the world. The world needs more beauty lovers. Bye.